Tonight, our special transmission as Hamas accepts United Nations' ceasefire resolution. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I'm Zahra Sayed. Today is the 251st day since Israel started targeting Palestinians indiscriminately. In the past 24 hours, Israeli airstrikes have killed 14 Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The Health Ministry is yet to determine the number of civilians injured. The strikes targeted a home in the Zaytun neighborhood. 6 fatalities have been confirmed. The Israeli military has initiated a ground offensive in Shabura camp in Rafah. Multiple reports say the area has been heavily bombarded with airstrikes and artillery shells. Israeli shelling in the Al Nasser neighborhood in Rafah has killed a child while injuring several others. Palestinian Health Ministry has raised alarms about the critical state of hospitals and health centers. The medical centers are on the brink of collapse due to fuel shortages. The Israeli military claims to have struck 30 targets yesterday in Gaza. It says fighter cells, weapon depots, and launch sites have been destroyed. Israeli forces have also conducted a raid in Gafur Dan in the occupied West Bank, resulting in the deaths of 6 Palestinians. The Israeli military says 160 rockets have been launched today from Lebanon. It claims the rockets targeted areas in northern Israel. The death toll from Israel's war is staggering. At the time of writing, at least 37,164 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli strikes. A revised report by the United Nations estimates another 10,000 civilians are buried under the rubble. 84,832 have been injured. Israel's death toll from Hamas's attacks stands at 1,139. Israel is accused of genocide at the International Court of Justice. The court's latest ruling orders Israel to immediately halt its operations in Rafah. A senior Hamas official has confirmed that it is ready to accept the United Nations Security Council's ceasefire resolution. Sami Abu Zuhri says the group is ready for negotiations on the resolution's specifics. He is urging Washington to ensure Israel adheres to the agreement. The resolution will include withdrawal of Israeli troops, a swap of captives and prisoners on both sides of war, and a ceasefire. 14 out of 15 Security Council members have voted in favor of the resolution. Russia has abstained from voting. Previously, Israel has mocked the United Nations resolutions, including the one in March. It has disregarded International Court of Justice's rulings on Gaza. United States lawmakers are pushing for enhanced cooperation with Israel on anti-tunnel defense. A bipartisan group aims to amend the 2025 National Defense Authorization Act. It intends to allocate an extra $30 million for Israel to detect and destroy underground tunnels. This new amount would be in addition to the $47.5 million provided last year. The proposed legislation highlights increased cooperation between the United States and Israel. Recently, both countries have been working together to address tunnel smuggling with the United States, deploying technical teams to Egypt's border. The Biden administration has faced criticism from progressive lawmakers for its unconditional support of Israel's war on Gaza. The United Kingdom government has granted 345 arms export licenses to Israel. These licenses were granted from the beginning of the war until May. They fall in both military and non-military categories. Despite international pressure to halt arms sales, no licenses were revoked or refused. Emily Apple from Campaign Against Arms Trade condemns the lack of transparency regarding the supplied arms' details and their values. International bodies and the UK rights group argue that such exports risk violating humanitarian law. However, ministers have rejected calls to suspend arms exports. The value of the UK's arms export to Israel was £42 million in 2022. Since 2008, the UK has sold over £570 million worth of weapons and military components to Israel. This accounts for 0.4% of Britain's global defense sales in 2022. Last year's export value is yet to be determined. Israel has refuted allegations of orchestrating an Islamophobic social media campaign aimed at diminishing support for Palestinians in Canada. The campaign has been flagged by AI researchers. The New York Times and Israeli newspaper Haaretz report Israeli state agencies used Islamophobic content on social media to target North Americans. The Digital Forensic Research Lab reveals the campaign used AI to alter rally images and fabricate narratives. Meta has closed over 500 affiliated accounts. It has traced the network back to Israel, revealing its ties to Stoic. Stoic is a Tel Aviv-based firm. Reports suggest Stoic's work was funded by Israel's Ministry of Diaspora Affairs. The ministry denies the allegations. Despite account suspensions, the campaign maintains a website advocating against liberal immigration policies. Reports suggest Ottawa raised concerns on the previous visit of the ministry's leader to Canada. Israel's embassy and Global Affairs Canada have neither confirmed nor denied these claims. Toronto police are on the lookout for a suspect accused of hurling anti-Muslim remarks and assaulting a female subway rider. The incident occurred on May 12th. The assailant targeted the victim and her friend. He fled when bystanders intervened. Police are treating the attack as a hate crime. The suspect is described as a slim male with an unshaven beard and mustache. He was wearing dark blue pants and a vest featuring Toronto Maple Leafs and Raptors logos. Authorities are urging people with information to come forward. Hajj is a fundamental Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca. It holds profound significance for Muslims worldwide. It is a once-in-a-lifetime obligation for those who are physically and financially capable. Beyond religious duty, it offers a spiritual journey for pilgrims seeking forgiveness and closeness to Allah. The communal experience fosters unity and humility amongst diverse Muslim communities. Preparations include physical and spiritual readiness, with rituals like dressing in a white robe called ihram. Pilgrims perform symbolic acts like circling the Kaaba, stoning the devil, and retracing the steps of the prophets. The pilgrimage culminates in Eid al-Adha, commemorating Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice. Thank you for watching. Our news is produced by Muslim Network TV, which is a not-for-profit organization. We need your support for donations. Please scan the QR code on our broadcast or visit muslimnetwork.tv to donate now, so we can continue to amplify the voices of Muslims in Canada and abroad. Assalamu alaikum.